have to say this out loud and look directly into the camera. I don't tell women what to do with their bodies.
Yes.
I don't tell women what to do with their bodies.
The Ne-Yo list is way crazier than you remember. Whether it was the wild paternity story that headlined his early relationship with photographer Jessica White, his heartbreaking betrayal to actress and entrepreneur Monyetta Shaw, or his marriage to Crystal Renay, where it was said that Ne-Yo had a secret family, I think it's safe to say that Ne-Yo's love life while in the industry is nothing short of wild, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down his dating timeline, starting with one of his first major relationships, which was with graphic designer and photographer Jessica White. Now, long before Ne-Yo became one of R&B's biggest stars, one relationship would leave him dealing with one of the most painful experiences of his entire life. You see, in the early 2000s, Ne-Yo was trying to find himself in the music industry, and he publicly dated a woman known as Jessica. Unlike many of the women that he would later date, there's very little that's known about her publicly, because she largely stayed out of the spotlight. But despite that, the relationship would still become one of the most infamous chapters of Ne-Yo's dating history, and it all started in 2005 when Jessica gave birth to a baby boy. And for years, Ne-Yo genuinely believed he was the father of the kid, embracing fatherhood and preparing himself emotionally and financially while he was rising in the music industry. And for a while, things seemed to be going really well, but everything changed after a paternity test. You see, after the test, Ne-Yo found out that the boy wasn't actually his, and this revelation devastated him. Speaking during a 2012 episode of Behind the Music, Ne-Yo claimed Jess knowingly allowed him to believe he was the child's father, accusing her of manipulating him into accepting responsibilities for a child that wasn't his. And according to the singer, the ordeal wasn't just emotionally painful, it also costed him financially, and it permanently changed the way that he viewed relationships and trust. And as you're going to see in this video, that was very true, because after this it seemed like Ne-Yo had a hard time being loyal to just one woman. And despite finding out that the boy he was raising wasn't his, the story wasn't done there, because after Ne-Yo publicly discussed what had happened, Jess filed a defamation lawsuit against him, arguing that his version of the events had damaged her reputation. According to page 6, the pair reached a $575,000 settlement after the messy fallout, and although this brought the legal battle to an end, there were still emotional scars that remained. Yeah, so imagine that. Your girl has a baby with another guy and makes you raise it for years, and then when you find out and out her, she sues you for defamation and you have to give her over $500,000. That's just wild. Now, the next girl on Ne-Yo's list is somebody that we've covered extensively on this channel, and that's none other than video vixen Karrine Steffans. You see, by 2006, Ne-Yo had become one of the hottest names in R&B, and around that same time, he was linked to one of hip-hop's most controversial women, Karrine Steffans. And if you want to see a deep dive on her love life, you could check out the video here and in the description below. According to Karrine, Ne-Yo was among the men that she became romantically involved with during the early 2000s. And unlike many of the high-profile relationships featured in her book, her connection with Ne-Yo remained relatively low-key. But the two did reportedly date back in 2006, choosing to keep the relationship largely out of the public eye. Following this brief romance with Karrine, Ne-Yo entered another relationship, this time with rising singer Casha Darjean. Born Monyetta Darjean, Casha is an American singer from Los Angeles who later became known for providing the vocals on Young Berg's hit single, The Business. According to multiple reports, Ne-Yo and Casha allegedly began dating in late 2006, just as his career in the music industry was reaching new heights. And unlike a lot of his later relationships, Casha wasn't just linked to Ne-Yo because of celebrity gossip. Both were musicians navigating the same industry, giving them shared experiences as their careers developed. And the romance reportedly lasted only a few months, eventually ending in the beginning of 2007. And little is known about why they separated, mainly because neither Ne-Yo or Casha spoke about the relationship publicly. And as we lead into the following years, Ne-Yo was again linked to a woman named Jessica White, but this time it was the internationally recognized supermodel known for walking the Victoria's Secret runway and appearing in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. So yeah, it's not the same Jessica White that had him raise another man's kid. And just like most of his relationships, he never really spoke publicly about this one, and there weren't really constant social media posts of the two. All that we would really get is the occasional sighting of the two out in public, and the industry rumors that fueled speculation that they were dating. Eventually, the pair went their separate ways, But years later, Jessica was dragged into one of the biggest misconceptions of Ne-Yo's dating history. Because in 2012, when Ne-Yo opened up about his ex-girlfriend, who's also named Jessica White, many fans mistakenly assumed Ne-Yo was talking about the model Jessica White. Obviously, because the two shared the exact same name. Social media immediately exploded with false claims that the supermodel had secretly had a baby with the singer, and the confusion was so widespread that she actually responded to it on Twitter. She said, "Newsflash at Ne-Yo fans, stans, and groupies, I'm not the Jessica that he's referring to, so please stop tweeting me rudeness." She followed that up with another message saying, "It saddens me that people are confusing me with Ne-Yo's ex-girlfriend just because we share the same name. I've been in this industry for over 10 years, and you would have known if I was pregnant and had a son." So yeah, that response cleared up years of confusion, and due to this, her name always pops up in Ne-Yo's dating history, despite the paternity controversy literally being a whole different relationship. But before we go any further, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It's free and it helps us out a ton. Now, back to the video. Around the same time, Ne-Yo was actually linked to another woman as well, and I'm talking about actress and model Tennille Jimenez. And if you don't know who she is, she's best known for appearing in music videos for artists that include Madonna, MIA, and Nicki Minaj. And reports suggest that the two dated between 2009 and 2011, during one of the busiest periods of Ne-Yo's career. Now, very little is known publicly about their relationship, but the pair were occasionally photographed together at entertainment events and industry functions, which helped fuel the speculation that they were more than just friends. But just like a lot of his other relationships, neither Ne-Yo or Tennille ever discussed the relationship publicly, and few details regarding how they met or why they would eventually separate have surfaced. By 2010, Ne-Yo was one of the biggest R&B stars in the whole world, but while his music career was reaching new heights, his personal life appeared to be settling down for the first time. And it seemed like he was going to settle down with actress and entrepreneur Monyetta Shaw, who's best known for appearing in films like Soul Man, as well as the reality series Atlanta Exes. And Monyetta quickly became more than just a celebrity girlfriend for Ne-Yo. She would become his longest relationship to date, and the mother of his first two children. The couple began dating in 2010 and almost immediately started building a family together. In June of that year, Ne-Yo announced that the couple were expecting their first child, and their daughter Madeline arrived prematurely in November of 2010. Completely overwhelmed by the experience of becoming a father, Ne-Yo later admitted that the experience had changed him forever, saying, "I've been in love before, but this feels nothing like I've ever felt. It feels like I'm in love for the first time." Less than a year later, in October of 2011, the couple welcomed their second child, Mason Evan. And to many fans, Monyetta looked like the woman Ne-Yo was going to spend the rest of his life with. They were frequently spotted out together, they just had kids, and now they were engaged. But behind closed doors, things were not as perfect as they actually seemed. See, years later, Monyetta would reveal that their relationship had become increasingly strained. During interviews and later in her memoir, she claimed Ne-Yo frequently pushed her for threesomes, something that she was never comfortable with.
We cheated together, if that makes sense. Oh. And then it just wasn't enough. And I was like, well, no, I didn't sign up to do this every day.
Cheated, so you cheated.
No, baby. I mean, like we did things together. Became a problem when you want that, a lot. Like maybe I'll give you maybe twice a year,
According to Shaw, those differences eventually became impossible to ignore. Then, one of the most shocking revelations about the relationship came after they eventually split. You see, Monyetta disclosed that she had underwent a tubal ligation, which is a permanent sterilization procedure that greatly reduces your chances of having a baby. And in the US, this is more commonly referred to as getting your tubes tied or getting your tubes cut. And according to Monyetta, the reason that she did this was because Ne-Yo assured her that he didn't want to have any more kids. And believing that they were building a future together, she agreed.
No, it's not. We, as a family, we had a boy and a girl. And we thought, the ring was on my finger. The date was planned that we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. So why not? We both don't want it. It's hard because he's always away. It's basically like I'm pregnant by myself sometimes, especially when I can't travel to where he is. And I just didn't want to go through that anymore. And he didn't either. But not for 1 second did I think it wouldn't work, and maybe I would find someone who could be there with me. And of course I would want to have more kids if that was the case, but we didn't think that, and that's not what it was.
Nobody goes into a relationship thinking that you're going to break up. We broke up, but at the time, that was the thought process that we was under, so we made the decision. the last show that came out, everybody found out that it's reversible, you know, so if she wants to have kids again, she can. I feel like my true fans understand that I'm a man at the end of the day. I'm not perfect. I ain't never said I was. Mistakes are made by all of us, and anybody that's going to fault me or not be my fan because I made a mistake, to hell with you.
But only months after the relationship ended, Ne-Yo was already with another girl, and they were announcing that that woman was pregnant with his child. Now that's completely messed up. Imagine talking a girl into getting her tubes tied or cut, saying that you don't want to have any more kids, only to go make a whole nother family with another woman. Despite all this chaos, by the time 2015 rolled around, it seemed like Ne-Yo had found some stability, because after years of highly publicized relationships, messy breakups, and paternity drama, the R&B superstar introduced model Crystal Renay Williams into his life. And their romance moved quickly. But just months after they began dating, the couple announced that they were expecting their first child together, and in September of 2015, Ne-Yo actually proposed. Then the following year, on February 20, 2016, the pair officially tied the knot in a lavish California wedding. Soon after, they welcomed their first son, Chauffeur, and followed this up with a second son named Roman. From the outside, it looked like Ne-Yo had finally embraced the family life, but behind the scenes, the marriage wasn't as perfect as it appeared. You see, in early 2020, Ne-Yo stunned fans when he revealed that him and Crystal were headed for divorce. However, the COVID-19 lockdown would change things forever, forcing the two to stay home together and spend months working on their relationship. Ne-Yo would later reveal that the quarantine actually saved his marriage. Speaking on the talk, he explained that before the pandemic, they were definitely talking divorce, but being isolated together allowed them to block out outside opinions and reconnect.
He filed for divorce, came home, and asked what was for dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever your mama's cooking, I don't know what to tell you.
And that reconciliation seemed to be genuine, and by June 2021, they welcomed their third child. Then in April of 2022, the couple renewed their wedding vows in Las Vegas, giving us the impression that they had overcame every obstacle. Despite this, only 4 months later, everything collapsed, because in August of 2022, Crystal filed for divorce, and this time there was no reconciliation. Crystal accused Ne-Yo of cheating throughout their marriage and claimed he had fathered a child with another woman while they were still husband and wife.
A lot of times when you're in a certain lifestyle, that can be a selling point for a person to keep you. And when that was presented to me in that way, I don't have a price tag on myself, on my morals, on my self-worth. I'm worth more than sharing a man. We were renewed vows and all that, and then 3 months later is when I found out about everything. That was not in a situation where I knew things were going on and I continued to stay. No, the day that I found out was the day that I left and the day that I filed for divorce.
So I guess old habits just don't die. She would describe their marriage as irretrievably broken, and she sought primary custody of their children. The divorce was finalized in June of 2023, officially ending a nearly 7-year marriage. And not long afterwards, it emerged that influencer Sade Bagnerise had given birth to 2 sons fathered by Ne-Yo, one born in 2021 and another in 2023, further fueling the narrative that infidelity played a major role in the divorce. And obviously, Ne-Yo's relationship with Crystal would quickly deteriorate shortly after it was revealed that he had a whole nother family. And in April of 2024, Sade had went on Instagram Live during a heated argument with Ne-Yo, accusing him of neglecting their sons, prioritizing partying over parenting, and exposing the children to alcohol, drugs, and multiple women. She also alleged that he had physically assaulted her in the past, while Ne-Yo denied her claims and threatened to call the police.
Tell him about the freak off, Diddy Jr. Diddy Jr., tell him about the freak off. He calling the police, y'all. He calling, no, I don't give a, listen. No, you know what you did. You body slammed me on the floor. Come on, police. Tell him the real you. 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 And why we're here today. Tell him why we're here today. Shut the boy. Refuse to remove me. Why? Because the commotion. How did the commotion start? What did we talk about? What did I ask of you? All of that is irrelevant. Okay, so you calling the police like a y'all. Guess what? Over what? Because he want over the house while his kids is here. While you like to have drugs and and weed, alcohol, mushrooms, and prostitutes in the house while his kids are here. Everyone has asked him to stop, but he will not listen to nobody. This is what's going on. This is the tea. While the is in the house, I asked him not to bring no in the house. I even came over here to help him with these kids because he won't watch these kids. Tell these people the truth. Oh, shut the fuck up. You don't give a fuck about none of these kids. Do y'all see a fucking picture in his house of a fucking kid? He don't care about these kids. All he care about is doing drugs, drinking alcohol. That's what you care about. So let's go. I'm a diddy bop the fuck out of here. You and your freak off. You can get back to your freak off in a minute. You'll be next. You'll be next. You'll be next. Why can't you just be at home with your kids?
Why can't you just get out?
Why you just can't be at home with the kids? Why you can't be at home with the kids? Is that hard for you to lay in the bed and lay down with your kids?
No, I've done it before.
No, you don't do it. That's the problem. That's why I'm here, and you know that. And you know that. And you know that, though.
And it was around the same time we started to see Ne-Yo spotted out in this polyamorous relationship. And although the relationship produced 2 children, it has since become one of the most contentious chapters in Ne-Yo's life. And after all of this drama, Ne-Yo would begin a new chapter of his dating life. You see, instead of searching for another exclusive relationship, he would soon embrace a lifestyle that few celebrities have openly discussed before. And what I'm talking about is polyamory. You see, after finalizing his divorce from Crystal Renay in early 2023, Ne-Yo just didn't move on to another relationship. He completely redefined what relationships look like for him. The first woman fans consistently noticed was by his side was model, photographer, and creative director Arielle Hill. Rather than announcing the new girlfriend, Ne-Yo simply began appearing with Arielle on vacations, backstage during tours, and across social media. And as months passed, it became clear that she wasn't just another romantic interest. She had become one of the closest people in his life. Ne-Yo often refers to Arielle as his twin flame, a nickname that reflects the unique bond that they've built. Arielle also works behind the scenes, photographing concerts, documenting tour life, and traveling with him around the world. And for Ne-Yo's birthday, she posted a heartfelt tribute that offered fans a glimpse into how she views him. She said, "Happiest of all birthdays to my beautiful person, my twin flame, my yin to my yang. I love you so much, and the world has no idea how absolutely amazing you are." Not long after Arielle entered the picture, another woman quietly became just as important. Her name is Cristina, although Ne-Yo lovingly calls her Pretty Baby. Now, she's a beauty entrepreneur based in Atlanta, and just like Arielle, Cristina quickly became a familiar face alongside Ne-Yo. Whether he was performing overseas, relaxing on yachts, or attending public events, Cristina was often right beside him. By this point, fans were publicly realizing that something unusual was happening. Instead of hiding multiple relationships like he used to, Ne-Yo started to embrace them all openly. And that became even clearer in 2024 when another woman joined the growing circle. Her name is Moneii, and Ne-Yo nicknamed her Phoenix Feather. She was often seen accompanying the singer during vacations, concerts, and behind-the-scenes moments on tour. And just like Cristina, Moneii built her career on social media and through her upcoming beauty brand, Faces by Secret. As the public attention intensified, she quickly became one of the most outspoken defenders of their unconventional relationship, responding directly to criticism, saying, "Yes, we're in the public eye, and we know people are gonna voice their opinion, that's expected. But y'all need to understand, over here it's a solid foundation, we understand each other, we stand on 10 when it comes to each other. A lot of people will never understand that, and that's cool. Just know it's us versus nobody." Her message offered one of the clearest explanations into the group's dynamics, and it showed us fans that their relationship could be peace and partnership more than just chaos. Then in late 2024, Ne-Yo surprised fans by once again introducing a fourth woman. This time it was professional dancer and choreographer Brionna Williams. He nicknamed her Sexy Lil Something. Unlike the others, Brionna already knew Ne-Yo through work, because she had spent years performing as one of his backup dancers, touring alongside him, before fans noticed their chemistry extending well beyond the stage. By early 2025, Ne-Yo decided to stop letting fans speculate, and instead he formally introduced all four women together on social media, saying, since the world is so intrigued, I guess I should introduce my loves properly. Ladies and gents, I present my pyramid, and he then introduced and revealed the nickname that he gave to each one of them. All the ladies watching this video, comment down below what would your nickname be? And he finished with a simple message for the critics. Say something nice or move on with your life. We're happy over here. Obviously, this post immediately went viral, and some praised the openness and honesty of their arrangement, while others criticized Ne-Yo for abandoning traditional relationships. Speaking about his lifestyle, he explained that having multiple girlfriends is not as difficult as you think.
So you all live together? Because
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yes, we are a family. We love each other, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It genuinely is.
That is
It's not as difficult as you would think.
Adding that it's really just a mindset thing.
It takes a mindset.
no.
In regard to the women, it definitely takes a mindset to say, okay, we are sharing this one person, which means that there will at some point come a time where I want attention and I'm not gonna be able to get it.
And so, whether people agree with him or not, there's no denying that Ne-Yo completely reinvented his approach to love. And I guess the pattern that's clear from his love life is that one early betrayal from a woman turned him into a monster that can't seem to just have one lady. Now, if you made it this far in the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. Maybe even check out one of these videos on the screen because YouTube thinks you might like it. But in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.